day long. And when we see there's an opportunity for a stock, and it's a stock that we've been following, there's a lot of stocks we put on our watch list, and it has to hit a certain criteria. Then when it does, we alert you. You immediately get an alert that says, we bought this stock, X stock, at $30. So you get an alert immediately. What's better than that? I mean, nobody does that for you. But the most important thing, they'll say, okay, here's why we're getting out now, or here's why we're taking profits. I think it's going to go down. Look, the most important thing is this. I want you to be prepared for when the market does tank or rally, that you're with us, Phil's gang. 877-600-GANG. Join my gang right now, Phil's gang. 877-600-GANG, and you'll be in position, and you'll sleep at night. You don't have to worry.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
The stocks discussed on Phil's Gang are not in any way a recommendation or solicitation to buy, sell, or hold. If considering acting on information presented, we first recommend you seek out a competent, licensed professional for advice. Get ready for the radio show that tells you what Wall Street doesn't want you to know.
Oh, I'm a money magnet. Money's coming to me. Money sets me free. I'm a money magnet. Money's coming to me.
It's your daily dose of how to manage your money. And now it's time for Phil's Gang on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. With your host, Phil Grande.
I think it's time to give ordinary people a tax break. The wealthy are doing fine.
Gee, that's nice. Going to give the ordinary people a tax break. The wealthy people are doing fine. Well, why is the wealthy people doing fine? Why is it the 1 percentile are doing so well? And hey, never mind the 1/100th of 1 percentile. Why are they doing so well? And why is Main Street doing so poor? It's out of design. It's been designed that way. And he's going to give them the break? He's going to give them the break. He's been in Washington, 50 years? And he's now going to give them a break. We never should have reached this point. Now listen to this.
A generational investment to modernize our infrastructure, creating millions of good-paying jobs.
Are you kidding me? Infrastructure doesn't create millions of good-paying jobs. And the amount of jobs that are good-paying are few, and not for a long period of time. I said this the other day. This is a bunch of hogwash. You're better off taking money and putting it into industry. Give it to CEOs. Give it to business startups, entrepreneurs, to create jobs. Your best jobs don't come from painting a bridge. Your best jobs come from start-up businesses. This nation has been driven by start-up businesses, the entrepreneur. That's the backbone of this country. The middle class is the cornerstone. It's all through start-up small businesses. That's where the money should be going. You're going to give money for bridges? Fine. But tell people the truth. All you're going to do is steal a professional welder from one job to another. That's all. People who work on infrastructure, these are well-trained people. You don't take somebody who's a waiter or bartender and give them a job building a bridge. That's a fallacy. Also, it takes too long to get started. Some of these bridges aren't even going to get started for 3 years. That's how long it takes to get permits, to get all the wetland permits you need. And are you kidding? Just try to put a porch on your house. See how long it takes to get a permit, especially if you got an endangered wasp living underneath the thing. This is all crap. It's all just garbage. It's all lies. I mean, it's like this. Listen, I'm happy we're going to build bridges, and I'm tired of every time I pull up to a bridge, I have to stop the car. I got to go in my trunk and blow up my life raft, and then I got to get everybody in the car. Make sure they got a life preserver on. That takes time, and it's aggravating. And then when I forget my pump to blow up my little boat, I have to say, you ever try to blow up a boat? You go, and you forgot your pump? I'd love to get rid of that stuff in the back of my trunk every time I go over a bridge. What are you, nuts? My God. But don't take this and sell it as this is the answer. And let's go back to the answer. All of a sudden there's a spike. We have a spike in housing, 35%. And they're blaming it on what? The spike. Oh, well, all these prices went up. And we have, because, again, for housing, we don't have enough lumber. We don't have enough lumber. So and we don't have enough houses. Well, you think that just happened last night? You think it happened last month? Do you think it happened 2 years ago? We're in this position because of what happened going back 13 years ago. It's called QE. QE. And Blackstone purchasing almost 100,000 homes from all the banks, like 20 cents on the dollar. They went to key areas of this country. I know right here, Tampa, Sarasota. They came here. You want to see the inventory they bought. If someone had a house that was being foreclosed, and let's say the price on the bank had it, and the foreclosure was, say, $150,000. Obama ended up selling Blackstone that same house. Now, let's say it was $150,000 mark. He could get that house for $25,000. They bundled them all up and gave it to Blackstone. He took all this inventory off the market in all the key areas of our country, the key cities, San Francisco, Tampa, Sarasota. That's why we have the crises. See, everything is coming to fruition. Everything is now washing through the system. Look, what happened? The Fed said yesterday. Remember they told us it's temporary. Inflation is temporary. The Fed said in the beginning, it's only about maybe 3 months. Really? Well, then how come yesterday they came out and revised, it may be 9 months? It's the same thing we heard with quantitative easing. Remember, QE, it's created the inflation that's destroying us now. Your home spiked 35% because of QE, QE1, QE2, QE3. And we were told back then, 13 years ago, by Bernanke, the inflation was transitory. Transitory. It only lasts about 6 months. They're only going to do QE for 6 months. 13 years later, we're doing QE. See, this pricing we have right now, this inflation is not temporary. No more than is cancer. And this is a cancer, an economic cancer we have. And it's not temporary. Don't let them take parking space in your head as it is. They think we sit on the longest stupid bench in the world. These people on the fake business news networks and Powell. They try to sell us, this is temporary. There's nothing temporary about it. Once that washes through the system, inflation, you can't get it out. And go back and see where it started. It's called quantitative easing, QE, big fancy word for we're going to screw you. We're going to go print all this money. And then we're going to go buy 10-year treasury bonds so we can lower interest down to zero. And they didn't give the money to the folks when they did that. They gave the money to the banks to go speculate. They went and speculated in commodities. That's right. That's how they saved their banks. Then they started to buy their own shares to mask how bad their earnings were. So their earnings would go up instead of down. This is all that takes printing of money. That is now reaching where we are today. That's what's contributing to the big spike in homes. Everybody's treating this like the big spike in homes. There was an event that happened 3 weeks ago or 3 months ago, and that's why home prices are going crazy. Spike in pricing? Are you kidding? The PPP program is causing the spike in housing. Companies making billions of dollars. We're getting money when they shouldn't have. I'll explain that when I get back. Join my gang, philsgang.com, and please remember the kids at St. Jude.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG.
Hi, I'm Phil Grain at philsgang.com. You probably heard me on the radio talking about investing in stocks and trading stocks. Well, this is a special message that I am sending out to you. You, the person who is the beginner, who are getting excited. You're seeing every day the stock market going up, never comes down. It keeps going up because of the tremendous stimulus that the president is putting into this market. He wants to continue this market going up while the economy's going down. That's what it's doing. The economy's going straight down. You know, banks right now are the worst ever. They've gone down 40%. I mean, everything's going down. Companies aren't making money, but the stock market's still going up. And you got to be very, very careful when you get into a market like this. You got to know when to get out, and that's where we come in. So if you're a beginner and you want to start learning how to invest stocks properly and have the comfort level of knowing when to get out, when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out, contact us at philsgang.com. Join today, free for 10 days.
At St. Jude Children's Research Hospital, we're fighting against childhood cancer every day. At the heart of this battle are our donors.
Most of us want to make some type of difference in the lives of others. St. Jude does miraculous work.
The fact that no one has to pay, it's a place where everyone is treated as an equal.
Everybody is welcome here, and it doesn't matter your religion or what part of the world you're from, all that is taken away. It just gives you some hope.
It's just a nice feeling to put your energy into something that really does genuinely make a difference in a child's life.
There's just no greater gift. If we have the ability to help, then we have a responsibility to help.
Finding cures, saving children. St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Find out how you can help at stjude.org.
What if you could have an in-depth understanding of the stock market just like the pros? Well, thanks to Phil Grandy and philsgang.com, you can. philsgang.com offers comprehensive, up-to-date market information designed to help you understand and anticipate market behavior. With philsgang.com, you'll build your investing confidence even through down cycles and periods of uncertainty. Go to philsgang.com. philsgang.com today. 877-600-GANG. 877-600-4264.
Hi, I'm Phil Grain at philsgang.com. You probably heard me on the radio talking about investing in stocks and trading stocks. Well, this is a special message that I am sending out to you. You, the person who is the beginner, who are getting excited. You're seeing every day the stock market going up, never comes down, keeps going up because of the tremendous stimulus that the president is putting into this market. He wants to continue this market going up while the economy's going down. That's what it's doing. The economy's going straight down. You know, banks right now, worst ever. They've gone down 40%. I mean, everything's going down. Companies aren't making money, but the stock market's still going up. And you got to be very, very careful when you get into a market like this. You got to know when to get out, and that's where we come in. So if you're a beginner and you want to start learning how to invest stocks properly and have the comfort level of knowing when to get out, when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out, contact us at philsgang.com. Join today, free for 10 days.
Short on time but want to invest in the stock market? Let philsgang.com help you. For only $39.95 a month, you get complete access to all of Phil's powerful investing programs, videos, and resources.
That works for me. Log in, watch the videos, and make profits.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. philsgang.com.
Remember, when this market crashed in 2009, it should have never crashed because the chairperson of these two committees, their job was to protect consumers, protect our investments, and they're supposed to ensure that our investments are being monitored. Where were they in 2009 and 2008? They weren't anywhere because they don't do that. They take care of themselves. They protect themselves. They become richer. So you can't depend on these crooks in Congress. The stock market is a great place to be, but you just got to know this is a different market than your grandfather's market. So why don't you for 30 days join my gang, 877-600-GANG, try it for 30 days, $39.95. Follow me. I tell you when to buy, when to sell, when to add, and when to run like hell. All I ask you start making money, please remember St. Jude.
Don't wait. Join Phil's Gang today and make profits. Go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264. Welcome back. Learn, invest, and make profits with Phil Grandy. Simply go to philsgang.com. Now, here's Phil.
And welcome back to Phil's Gang. You know, they're blaming all these higher prices going back to when we had the pandemic back in February, we'll say, 2020. And you remember, we started the pandemic and the market crashed about 33% February to around March. And then the market went up about 110% from March 2020 up to January 2021. You think the people on Main Street enjoyed that rally? Are you kidding me? You think they participated in a 110% gain? Of course not. They didn't participate. But the other thing is they're trying to take parking space to your head to say, that's where the inflation's coming from, right there. Yep, that's where it's all coming from. Because remember, during the pandemic, we had to do all the stimulus programs. We had to send out all these checks. That's not where it started from. It started in 2008. That's what you're feeling today. Not the $6 trillion they did in stimulus programs. Are you kidding me? Inflation, okay, it's an economic cancer. And once that cancer penetrates your body, it's no longer temporary, right? Inflation is the same thing. It's not temporary. Once it penetrates your economic life, it's not temporary. It never has been. QE1, QE2, QE3. Bernanke lied to us just like they're lying now. He said the same thing. It was going to be temporary. And everything you're feeling today, the gas prices, house prices, that is not just from the inflation created by printing money in this past year to send out money to all these different programs, these stimulus programs. And yet they lied to us and now say, oh, wow, the economy's doing fantastic. No, it's not. Those stimulus programs are telling you the country's doing terrible. Talk about inflation. Wait a minute. How? Somebody's got this wrong. We know that back in April of 2021, we had inflation. We had the 10-year Treasury yield at 172 basis points. 172 basis points. And then it dropped. And we've been averaging about 145 basis points. But what are we being told? The economy's terrific. No, that's not how it works. When yields drop, and they drop from 172 basis point down to an average now 145 basis point, that tells you the economy is doing terrible. But they say, no, don't pay attention to that. Don't pay attention to the bond market. Matter of fact, don't even pay attention to fundamentals, especially the bond market. I heard that today. I couldn't believe this guy saying, don't pay attention to fundamentals on CNBC. I mean, everybody looks at fundamentals before they buy a stock. Everybody's been doing that ever since people started investing in stocks. They look at fundamentals of a company. They look at fundamentals, and the biggest fundamental you have is what is the yield doing? What are the rates doing? Rates drive everything. Remember, the economy is forward-looking. We always look forward. The stock market especially. We always look forward. How to place our stock. What stocks we should be based on, again, the yields. The treasury yield. Treasury interest rates. What are they charging? There's nothing better. A bond always tells you the truth. It's forward-looking. Always tells you the truth so you know what stocks to be in. It always tells you the truth. If you have high yields, high interest rates on 10-year treasury, let's say you're at 172, that's telling you looking forward. The yield is telling you the bond market, the economy looking forward is good, really good. But when the economy drops back to 145 basis points, the economy's bad. But they say, don't pay attention to it. The economy's good. Well, here's the problem with that. As an investor, if the economy is good, that means the yields are higher. That means you want to be buying value stocks. That means you want to be buying banks, airlines, casinos, restaurants, manufacturing, anything in manufacturing, healthcare. That's fundamentals. That's one of the biggest fundamentals you ever have. I don't even want to invest in the stock market. On the holidays, they always close down the bond market. I said, why are they closing down the bond market and keeping the stock market open? Are you nuts? Why would I invest in a stock if the bond market's down? Because the bond market gives me security. It tells me when I'm going to invest, first of all, I want to know, should I be in value stocks? Should I be in growth stocks? I'm sure your broker calls you, or your planner always calls you. I'm sure the guy takes care of your 401k. I'm sure he always tells you that, or he always calls you and tells you what stock you should be in, growth or value, tells you what's going on. If we have low interest rates, low yields, you should be in this group. Or if we have high yields, you should be in this group. You always hear from him, right? Yeah, right. So the problem we got right now, we are being lied to. So how do you know what group to be in? So if the interest rates, the yields drop from 172 to 142, guess what? They're telling you the economy's great. Well, that doesn't make sense. So which stocks should you be buying? Banks? See, banks do good when there's high yields, high interest rates. But wait a minute, the interest rates dropped from 172 down to 145. But they're telling you to buy banks the other day. And what did I say? If anybody bought banks in the last 6, 7, you're going to lose money. Have you looked at the bank stocks? Have you looked at your bank stocks? They're all rolling over. They're not going up, but they told you to buy banks because they told you the economy's good. But we know they're lying because the yields, are high. Are you kidding me? We'll be back after this.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG.
Hi, I'm Phil Grain at philsgang.com. You probably heard me on the radio talking about investing in stocks and trading stocks. Well, this is a special message that I am sending out to you. You, the person who is the beginner, who are getting excited. You're seeing every day the stock market going up, never comes down. It keeps going up because of the tremendous stimulus that the president is putting into this market. He wants to continue this market going up while the economy's going down. That's what it's doing. The economy's going straight down. You know, banks right now are the worst ever. They've gone down 40%. I mean, everything's going down. Companies aren't making money, but the stock market's still going up. And you got to be very, very careful when you get into a market like this. You got to know when to get out, and that's where we come in. So if you're a beginner and you want to start learning how to invest stocks properly and have the comfort level of knowing when to get out, when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out, contact us at philsgang.com. Join today, free for 10 days. I'm Phil Graney at Phil'sGang.com. You probably heard me on the radio talking about investing in stocks and trading stocks. Well, this is a special message that I am sending out to you. You, the person who is the beginner, who are getting excited. You're seeing every day the stock market going up, never comes down, keeps going up because of the tremendous stimulus that the president is putting into this market. He wants to continue this market going up while the economy's going down. That's what it's doing. The economy's going straight down. You know, banks right now are the worst ever. They've gone down 40%. I mean, everything's going down. Companies aren't making money, but the stock market's still going up. And you got to be very, very careful when you get into a market like this. You got to know when to get out, and that's where we come in. So if you're a beginner and you want to start learning how to invest stocks properly and have the comfort level of knowing when to get out, when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out, contact us at philsgang.com. Join today, free for 10 days. Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at Phil'sGang.com. Are you tired of being lied to about some magical economic recovery that only benefits the 1 percentile? And then when the market does collapse, you're sitting there calling your broker, what do I do? When you should be shorting? Learn how to short the market. Continue to listen to my radio show, Phil'sGang.com. Become a member, only $39.95 a month, and learn how to short.
Don't wait. Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264.
Hi, I'm Phil Graney at Phil'sGang.com. You probably heard me on the radio talking about investing in stocks and trading stocks. Well, this is a special message that I am sending out to you. You, the person who is the beginner, who are getting excited. You're seeing every day the stock market going up, never comes down, keeps going up because of the tremendous stimulus that the president is putting into this market. He wants to continue this market going up while the economy's going down. That's what it's doing. The economy's going straight down. You know, banks right now are the worst ever. They've gone down 40%. I mean, everything's going down. Companies aren't making money, but the stock market's still going up. And you got to be very, very careful when you get into a market like this. You got to know when to get out, and that's where we come in. So if you're a beginner and you want to start learning how to invest stocks properly and have the comfort level of knowing when to get out, when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out, contact us at philsgang.com. Join today, free for 10 days.
Why pay thousands of dollars for a weekend seminar when for only $39.95 a month, PhilsGang.com provides all the daily market investing information you need to make profits in the stock market. With over 40 years of investing experience, only Phil Grandy and the PhilsGang.com team provide daily live investing webinars, up-to-the-minute market updates, all the investing educational videos you can imagine. Don't hesitate to learn, invest, and make profits. Go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG, 877-600-4264. With the philsgang.com membership, we bring investors right to the floor, into the pits with Phil's daily live webinar classroom. Get inside market guidance on investing strategies. Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Don't have time to analyze and study stocks? At philsgang.com, we recognize that there are all types of investors, and we also recognize that your time is valuable. So we offer investing programs for all individuals. We offer investing programs for long-term and short-term positions. And philsgang.com provides quick and easy to understand investing videos that only take a few minutes to watch. With the philsgang.com investing programs, you will learn technical stock charting, how to execute your trades, and most importantly, you will gain the confidence to know when to get out of a stock and take profits. Sign up at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or give them a call, 877-600-GANG. Welcome back. Learn, invest, and make profits with Phil Grandy. Simply go to philsgang.com. Now, here's Phil.
And welcome back to Phil's Gang. Remember, listen to my show on my YouTube channel. Remember, every Friday I post between 6 and 7 p.m. Eastern Time my take on the coming market crash. I call this segment Unfolding of the Market Crash. And free, you can do this free. I do a summary of the week and identified during that week the clues they're telling us if we're getting closer to a crash or not. Oh boy, the clues are one way. Boom, crash. Now, let's talk about, again, why it's so important not to listen to these people the fake business news people. Don't listen to the people. Powell. Powell doesn't care about you. You think Powell cares about you? Head of the Fed? He's a gangster. He's a little puppet. When they say inflation is temporary, that's a bold-faced lie. How could it be temporary? Let's think about it for a moment. They said to us, it's temporary because all these prices are so high. Lumber's going up. Everything's going up. Manufacturers are going to go crazy. They see all these high prices. They're going to get in there and they're going to start manufacturing. They're going to manufacture so many goods because right now we got too much money and we got too few goods because, first of all, we're telling everybody to stay home. We're paying them an extra $300 check, send them $1,200, send them $1,400. Oh, and by the way, if they're behind in their payment, don't worry. We're going to take care of that too. You don't have to pay your payment. No, we'll give you a forbearance. You don't have to pay your payment. Don't worry about that. And even when the forbearance, don't even worry about that because they can't foreclose on you. You have to go to counseling. I mean, this is unbelievable. See, what they've done is who makes money? Who's the person who makes money when there's high inflation? The wealthy, because they have assets the guy on Main Street doesn't have. The guy who's making $500,000 or more, he has assets that the guy on Main Street, remember, 72% of our 157 million workforce makes $48,000 a year or less. I'm talking combined income. He doesn't have any assets. He doesn't have artwork. He doesn't have diamonds. He doesn't have 10, 12 houses. He's getting by barely. And what they've done, they started this inflation in 2008 to help the wealthy. But they masked it. How do they mask it? Telling the poor folks on Main Street, you're going to do fine. Because they would give them a car loan instead of for 13 months, give it to them for 60 months. And if they're a little behind their house, don't worry about it. We'll give you a forbearance. Oh, don't worry about it. We're going to send you, you get $300 a week unemployment? We're going to send you from the federal government another $300. We're going to match it. So what they continue to do is mask how poorly the guy on Main Street is doing. They're screwing him. And the guy that's wealthy, he's getting more rich and more rich. Oh, and by the way, guess what? You're not going to see manufacturing ramping up. You're not going to see the lights on at night near your local factory and smoke coming out and everybody's manufacturing this stuff because prices are high and they're going to get rich. No, you're not going to see any of that because they don't care. You know why? Because the rich CEO, he got part of the PP program. Companies that were netting $20 million, $15 million, they're getting $4 or $5 million checks. They didn't know what to do with it because they're connected with Congress, because they're money bundlers, because they take care of their congressmen, and they're getting these big checks. So the CEO, he was making a fortune from 2008 up to the pandemic by doing stock buybacks because he's the one who benefits. The biggest shareholders benefit, but the guy on Main Street doesn't benefit. The worker doesn't benefit, but he's been benefiting like hell. Doing stock buybacks, he's getting rich because his income is tied to stocks. The stock price goes up, he pushes it up, cheating. It was a felony, no more, should be a felony. So he's making a lot of money. Now all of a sudden he gets a check in the mail from PPP for $20 billion or $20 million. He's not going to get up in the morning. Oh, and the people who used to work for him, they're not going to get up in the morning because they're getting checks. This is how they're masking since 2013, this incredible, and it's not temporary, inflation that's making the top 1 percentile and the 1/100th of 1 percentile very, very wealthy. And that's what's going to take this whole country down. Because we're reaching that point. Everybody's talking about gasoline price up. Everybody's worried about gasoline over the weekend. Well, why would we be worrying about gasoline if we have such a great economy? I mean, are you kidding me? Gasoline prices, they're worried about that? Jeez, unbelievable. Unbelievable. So let's talk about stocks. So again, they said, don't worry about fundamentals. You heard the guy. He said, fundamentals,
Policy is really going to step back a little bit. Rates going to stay low. Again, we have to keep our eyes on it and so forth. But I think too many people over-anticipate it. Start looking at fundamentals, and at the end of the day, the market is doing well.
Oh, the market's doing well. Why is the market doing well? It's not doing well because CEOs are taking money and plowing it into their business, buying new machinery, new equipment, so they can produce more. Their worker can produce more. That means the worker gets a raise. The worker has more savings. He can go spend. He contributes 72% to our economic growth by spending. None of that's happening. The CEO's not taking any of that money, especially his PPP money. He didn't take his $3 billion, $5 million and put it into the company for new machinery. He bought more stock. So he laid in bed. Here he is in bed, and he's getting rich. And when he finally gets up, from the time he went to bed, the time he gets up and his feet hit the floor, our country is in a hole another $1.5 billion. Because you think those guys in Washington give a damn? They don't care. They don't care. So what you are feeling today has nothing to do with what happened with the pandemic. Sure, it contributed some, but this crisis started in 2008, and it still goes on. It's called QE. Unbelievable. Inflation temporary? Are you kidding me? Our economy's in stage 4 cancer, but nobody's going to admit it. I mean, think about it. They're printing this money, these stimulus, and that's how they're supporting the economy. And then you're taking the poor folks who got screwed out of this QE because the CEO's not putting money into this business so that with a new machine, so you can produce, instead of 10 hammers an hour, you can produce 1,000 hammers an hour, so he gives you a raise. He didn't do that. He bought his company's stock himself. So they're going to pacify you by saying, hey, go down to your dealership, you can get a car, put it on for 60 months. And don't worry, we're not even going to verify your income. Same thing with housing. Powell's a liar. And here's the other thing. You know when this inflation started? Even before 2008. It started when Nixon got rid of the gold standard. Because, see, we could control inflation. Which inflation is a cancer. We could control it with the gold standard because for every dollar they printed, they had to have $1 of gold. But when they took that away, now the central planners replace gold. The oligarchs replace gold. Powell, Bernanke replace gold. You going to trust them to make sure there's no inflation? Are you nuts? They want inflation because they want to get rich when they get out of the politics. Everybody wants inflation who has money. So what do? You've got to learn, if you're going to buy stocks, just follow the money. Give you an example. Our gold stock. It told us when to buy it. It identified, it turned green. It told us the money was going in. That's where the institutions were going. Whether the yields were high or low, it didn't matter. So we bought gold. It went up 30%. And then here's the thing. 85% of you don't know when to get out of it. We do. My members do. We know exactly when to get out. In fact, now we get out, we shorted it. It went down 16%. So we made 30% on the way up, 16% on the way down. MTA, gold miner, 27% on the way up, but 20% on the way down. DH Horton, the builder, 32% on the way up, but 10% on the way down. See, that's how you make money in this business. You follow the money up and down. And it's easy to do. The down part is easy. I'll talk more about that when I get back. Join me.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG.
What, are you nuts? If the stock market can make you so rich, especially Apple and Microsoft and Google and Amazon and the rest, why are so many Americans poor? If the 401k promises you a retirement, then why is it we are in a retirement crisis? Here's the answer. Because 85% of you get out of the market too late. I fixed that with my color-coded chart, which tells you when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out. That's right, when to run like hell. Check it out. You get a free membership and the free color-coded chart for 10 days. Check it out, philsgang.com. Warning. Google, Apple, Microsoft, Netflix, Facebook, all these hot stocks are going to crash. They're going to drop as much as 60-70%. Hi, I'm Phil Grandy, philsgang.com. Exactly what happened in the dot-com days is going to repeat itself. Remember, 85% of people lose money in the stock market because they don't know when to get out. I fixed that with my color code technology chart. It tells you when to buy, when to sell, when to add, and when to run like hell. That's right. Make sure you check it out. It's free for 10 days. philsgang.com. When the market's open, we watch the market all day long. And when we see there's an opportunity for a stock, and it's a stock that we've been following, there's a lot of stocks we put on our watch list, and it has to hit a certain criteria. Then when it does, we alert you. You immediately get an alert. It says, we bought this stock, X stock, at $30. So you get an alert immediately. What's better than that? I mean, nobody does that for you. But the most important thing, they'll say, okay, here's why we're getting out now, or here's why we're taking profits. I think it's going to go down. Look, the most important thing is this. I want you to be prepared for when the market does tank or rally, that you're with us, Phil's Gang. 877-600-GANG. Join my gang right now, Phil's Gang. 877-600-GANG, and you'll be in position, and you'll sleep at night. You don't have to worry.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
Warning. Google, Apple, Microsoft, Netflix, Facebook, all these hot stocks are going to crash. They're going to drop as much as 60-70%. Hi, I'm Phil Grandy, philsgang.com. Exactly what happened in the dot-com days is going to repeat itself. Remember, 85% of people lose money in the stock market because they don't know when to get out. I fixed that with my color code technology chart. It tells you when to buy, when to sell, when to add, and when to run like hell. That's right. Make sure you check it out. It's free for 10 days. philsgang.com.
With the philsgang.com membership, we bring investors right to the floor, into the pits with Phil's daily live webinar classroom. Get inside market guidance on investing strategies. Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Don't have time to analyze and study stocks? At philsgang.com, we recognize that there are all types of investors, and we also recognize that your time is valuable. So we offer investing programs for all individuals. We offer investing programs for long-term and short-term positions. And philsgang.com provides quick and easy to understand investing videos that only take a few minutes to watch. With the philsgang.com investing programs, you will learn technical stock charting, how to execute your trades, and most importantly, you will gain the confidence to know when to get out of a stock and take profits. Sign up at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or give them a call, 877-600-GANG.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy. Is your business prepared to respond to any emergency in the workplace? Well, you better be. Let over 30 years of law enforcement experience go to work for you. Boyd Investigative Group is here for all your business security needs. I know. I use them. They're terrific. Call today for your free confidential consultation. 941-724-4535. That's 941-724-4535. Or visit them on the website, BoydInvestigativeGroup.com.
License number A1900020.
Welcome back. Learn, invest, and make profits with Phil Grandy. Simply go to philsgang.com. Now, here's Phil.
And welcome back to Phil's Gang. So, they're talking about gas prices.
The national average for a gallon of gas is now $3.10. In fact, you're looking at prices at 7-year highs right now.
Now, and housing prices are up. You really think that was caused by Biden since January doing stimulus? $6 trillion in stimulus? No. That contributed a small fraction. This has been going all the way back to 2008. Because the inflation they created started then and is still being created. It has never stopped. We've been lied to. Now, once you understand that, when you buy a stock, when I say to you, okay, we bought a gold stock. It went up 30%. Remember, it turned green. Our indicator said we saw it turn green. It showed us the trend of money. Which way was the money going? In the stock, or was it coming out of the stock? It turned green. The indicator, we double-checked, money's going into the stock. When we turned around, and all of a sudden it starts turning yellow, warning us money was coming out. And then it turned red and said, now the flow of money is going out. The trend of money is going out. Money only has two trends, up and down. Okay, it can go sideways, but the trends are either money, your trend of money, people are buying or they're selling. It's so easy. So when it sells, it tells you the money's coming out. You just got to pull the trigger. It's called shorting. So easy to do. Now, when I tell you we made a 30% gain up and a 60% gain down, I'm not telling you every member made 30%. The chart gives you that starting gate. Here's where you start. It's up to you when you pull the trigger. I can't go to someone's house and force them to pull the trigger. Maybe they got 5% because they didn't pull the trigger. Maybe they waited. I don't know. But the opportunity is what you get. That's all I can furnish you, is the opportunity. That you have a window of opportunity for 30% on the way up. You got a window of opportunity for 16% on the way down. Same with Builder, Horton. You got a window of opportunity for 32% return. And then another window of opportunity, 10% on the way down. And the way you make money, you stay with the same stocks all year. That's right, the same ones. Stop listening to all these people on these financial shows telling you buy this hot stock, that hot stock. No. Put together your portfolio. Just take 100 of the top S&P stocks. Take the 50 Dow stocks. These stocks are in the bank portfolios, the hedge fund portfolios, 401k portfolios, pension portfolios. They're in insurance portfolios. And when you have those stocks, the right stocks that's in all those portfolios, then you follow the money. And then inflation, we don't have to worry about, do we? Not when we're making money in the market. We don't have to worry. Because at least now we know, remember, we always were able to depend on the yield. But you can't now. They're manipulating. Give you a good idea. We were told, never mind fundamentals. Okay, never mind the fact that the interest rates or yield on 10-year Treasury dropped from 1.72 down to 1.45. Okay, they told you to buy banks with low yields. Go buy banks. Are you nuts? You don't buy banks when you have low yields, low interest. You buy tech. So everybody who got into the bank stocks, they're going to get hammered. They're going to get hammered. So at least it used to be when you looked at those bonds, those treasury yields, and just looked at the yield, if it was going up, you would know if you had high interest rates, if you had high, low interest rates, you had high inflation. So you better buy the big tech. If you have high interest rates are going up, or what we call high yields on the 10-year Treasury going up, you know you had lower inflation. So with higher yields, we knew, okay, the economy's getting better. Banks are going up. So here they're telling us now when the yields are going down, don't worry, the economy's getting better. You say, wait a minute, how can the economy be getting better when the yields are going down? You only have a good economy if the yields are going up. But see, now they're manipulating it, telling people, investors, a lie. So we don't have to worry about that here at Phil's Gang. And every day we post this for you. At 2 o'clock, we post our portfolio, tell you exactly what to do based on our charting, our color-coded chart. Here, listen. Every stock in our portfolio, we tell you exactly what to do at 2 o'clock.
Intel, go ahead and put a scout back on. Now we're getting a head and shoulders here. We're starting to drop. Remember what I've been saying, right? See how it's back underneath and still underneath.
Do you get that every day? Did your planner call you and tell you that? The guy's running your 401k, does he tell you that? Did they call you too? No? Do they post your portfolio and tell you exactly what to do? Well, guess what? You in 401ks, they're not going to call you. They don't even know who you are unless you got $5 million. Used to be $1 million, they'd look at you. Now you better have $5 million. But guess what? You don't have to worry anymore. Because like my color-coded chart for my ETFs and my regular, my stocks, individual stocks, like my builder stocks, like my gold stocks, my big tech stocks, well, guess what? I designed another chart. That's right. It's called the Tracker, Mutual Fund Tracker. Use it for 30 days, free. It tells you the mutual fund that you have, whether you have it inside your 401k or you got a mutual fund outside your 401k, tells you the same thing, when to buy and when to exit. Did you know when to exit when we had the 1987 crash? No. Did you know when to exit when we had the 2008 crash, tech crash? No. Did you know when to exit when we had the housing crash, 2008? No. What did you hear then when you called your broker? What did you hear?
you're fine. You don't pay attention to the value of your house every day. Don't pay attention to your portfolio.
You listen to this? Horse is ours. Oh, and do they have loyalty to you?
Our responsibility begins and ends with our partners and our shareholders, and that's it.
Yeah, you're gone. Partners. Are you a partner? Are you a partner with JP Morgan? Are you a big shareholder? You one of the top 10% shareholders in the company? You one of them? Well, you're all right, because you got inside information. But if you're just a hard-working guy or gal, you haven't got a chance. Nobody's going to tell you anything. Look, I've been on this earth now for 75 years. I've been in business for over 50 years, this business. I've never seen anything like I'm witnessing now. We got more crazy people. I've never seen so many people borrow money to go buy big tech stocks. Yeah, everybody's buying big tech stocks now. Can you imagine? It's unbelievable. Unbelievable. And they're going to get killed. But guess what? We're not, because we're going to know when to get out. Because our indicator will turn yellow. It'll tell us. I know it doesn't sound real. I know it sounds like a game. It's not a game. We have thousands and thousands of members all over the country. And when we introduced the tracker for mutual fund, we never got so many emails saying, thank God, finally, there's something that tells me for my mutual fund what the hell to do. Because when the market starts crashing, guess what? You're not going to get a call. Try to make a call. Now, wait a minute. The crash, I could care less if it takes another 10 years. Let them keep doing what they're doing. Let them keep doing what they're doing. Let them keep manipulating the yields. Let them keep doing more QE. They did QE1, QE2, QE3. Actually, they did 4 of them. I forget the one. There was another one. They changed the name. It was QE1, QE2, then some silly name, then QE3. They did 4 of them. They didn't care about you. And remember what they said back then. That was temporary inflation, too. But that's the inflation you're feeling now. Look, remember, investors have come to rely on that bond yield. Going back to 1935 was the first treasury bond they ever sold. That's when things were good. Because they didn't manipulate you. They didn't manipulate the yields. The other thing was great. We had our dollars being backed by gold. So you couldn't create inflation. You couldn't print too many dollars. Oh no, Nixon wanted to get rid of that. He wanted to print all kinds of gold because he has all kinds of deals with Boeing and Lockheed Martin and arms dealers, and he wanted to get into Vietnam because all his pals were going to make a fortune being in all those stocks. So today, the only thing you got to rely on is we have a market that's the best market in the world. Why? Because there's so much liquidity in the market, you can buy a stock in a split second. If you made a wrong decision, get out in a split second, unlike a house. The stock market, all you need to know is, when the hell do I get out of this thing? I'm up 5%, 10%, 8%. When do I get out? The answer is right there. And every day we take our portfolio, our in-house portfolio, our member portfolio, and we post it for our members. They know exactly what to do. They know what to do. So try it for 10 days. It's free, for God's sakes, and you get a free membership. At the end of 10 days, make a decision. And for you people that are stuck with these stupid mutual funds, try the tracker. 30 days free. See if that helps you. I'll reach out to you every day. You reach back to the kids at St. Jude. We got a deal.
You have been listening to Phil's Gang with your host, Phil Grandy, on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Remember to visit Phil's website at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or call the office, 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
It's up to me.